Sports Bash pre-show presented by Ready Roof. They are a full-service roofing contractor serving all of Long Island. To book an appointment and a free consultation, call 631-892-9303. Good morning, everyone. I'm Peter Schwartz, joined by Vinny. Tickets coming up on the show. It's Free Ticket Tuesday. We're giving away 4 VIP tickets to see One Night with Queen this Saturday at Catholic Health Amphitheater in Bald Hill. Also, we're going to check out the Sports Bash Media poll question. We'll also have this day in sports history. But first order of business is to say good morning to my partner in crime, Vinny Tickets.
There you go. Good morning, Peter.
Good morning. And it's a good morning if you're a Met fan. It's a good morning if you're a Yankee fan. It's not a good morning if you're a Baltimore Orioles fan. What a game last night at Citi Field. We're going to talk more about it as the show goes on. But obviously, for the Mets, it was a huge victory, but obviously the Yankees being off last night and watching the Mets help them out and beat the Orioles, and it pushes the Yankees a half a game up on the Orioles in the AL East. Just a dramatic victory for the Mets and a huge home run for Francisco Alvarez.
Absolutely. What an exciting game. And when I came home last night, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I knew the Yankees had the night off. So I told my wife, and it's not traditional that we'll sit on the couch and watch the Met game, but we did watch the Met game last night, and I told my wife, I said, we get to cheer for another New York team today.
So the Mets win the game by a score of 4-3 in 9 innings, and they take the opener of the series, and the Yankees obviously thrilled sitting at home watching that game, and now the Yankees will open up a series with the Guardians tonight at Yankee Stadium as the Mets continue their series with the Orioles. And look, this is going to be nip and tuck the rest of the way. And the Mets pulled within a game and a half of the Braves for the third wild card spot, and now the Yankees half a game ahead of the Orioles. So all you ask for at the beginning of the season is pennant race baseball, and for the Yankees and the Mets to be in the middle of it is just phenomenal.
Yeah, they're both right there, and we just have to hope for a push from both organizations. And when I put my business hat on, I really want them to push.
Well, it's got again. That's another aspect of this too. Is that home games at Citi Field and Yankee Stadium the rest of the way. Every game. It's kind of a it's not crazy to say this, but it's kind of a cliche. But every game right now, the rest of the way, is a playoff game. I mean, the playoffs start in October, but in essence, the playoffs start now.
Yeah, many times you'll look back on a season when a team misses by 1 or 2 games, and then there was that game in June or the game in May where, they were up 6-1 going into the 8th and they blow it. It's like, oh, man, we just couldn't hold on to that lead like Sunday night's game. Yeah,
absolutely. And again, we're going to find out pretty quickly here what the Yankees decide to do as far as the closer. I'm sure they had a little meeting of the minds when they got back from Williamsport on Sunday night. What did they do? Aaron Boone can sit there and till the cows come home and say, Clay Holmes is our guy. Clay Holmes is our guy. How much longer can you possibly say that when you're in the middle of a pennant race and your closer has blown 10 games?
Yeah, no, I agree. Something's got to happen. They have to try something different. That's for sure.
And if you're the Mets, I mean, obviously that's a huge victory last night, and you want to try and stay in the race. And the Braves were off last night, so the Mets are now a game and a half out. And Francisco Alvarez really needed that last night. 25 games he had gone without hitting a home run, and that was actually his first ever walk-off RBI. Not even just a walk-off home run, but walk-off RBI. So that was huge for him last night, and the Mets stay relevant. It's funny, they had some peaks and valleys to the season this year, and you look back at where they were to get back into this, and they faltered recently a little bit, and now they're right there, game and a half out, and Austin Riley's going to be out for the rest of the season for the Atlanta Braves. So this is more of a line from Aaron Boone, the Yankee manager, but it actually applies here for the Mets. It's right in front of them. Everything is right in front of them right now. They're a game and a half out of a playoff spot with, a month and a half to go in the season. It is right there for them.
Yeah, going into May, right after that trip to England for the Mets, I remember talking in May saying, this team, there's no way they're even going to play 500 ball. And now Here we are, and that's the beauty of sports. Fiorello LaGuardia used to say he reads the newspaper from the back page to the front because it's the only place in the paper where they celebrate men's accomplishments. So interesting. There we go. A little bit of useless trivia from Vinny.
You had me at Fiorello LaGuardia. Like, I can't remember I heard that name.
Yes. So it's actually very interesting. And the Mets have been exemplary of that. You look at that back cover and they have a little bit of moxie going on. They have a little bit of fire in them.
Yeah, and again, even as far as, a couple of weeks ago, they go out on that West Coast road trip and they falter, and then they got swept in Seattle, and they come back, they lose 2 out of 3 to Oakland, and now they've bounced back 2 out of 3 against the Marlins, and they take the opener against the Orioles. So again, this is going to be an exciting, close to the season, Mets and Yankees. I'm pretty confident the Yankees will be in the playoffs regardless of whether they win the American League East or not. It would take a monumental collapse for the Yankees not to be in it, but it's really going to be exciting to see if we can get both teams in the playoffs come October. 10 seconds before we welcome in our radio audience. Lots to do here on Sports Bash, presented by TicketBash.com.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of this station, JVC Broadcasting Management, or its sponsors.
Welcome to Sports Bash, presented by TicketBash.com, where you'll never pay a service fee. Sports Bash is also brought to you by the Embassy Diner, located at 4280 Hempstead Turnpike in Bethpage, where every customer is considered family. Mention Sports Bash, get a free dessert with your meal. By the offices of Dr. Anthony Ippolito at Chiropractic Care Plus, located at 1 John Street in Babylon. Chiropractic Care Plus is the only choice when searching for Long Island chiropractors. Give Dr. Ippolito a call at 631-669-6221. By Bearcat Billing Service, your trusted partner in medical billing. Experience the Bearcat way. Personal, professional, and tailored to your needs. Give Gary a call at 516-796-2400 and tell him that Sports Bash sent you. By the Marty Lyons Foundation, the official charity of Sports Bash Media. The 3rd annual Bowling for Wishes event is coming up this Friday, August 23rd, Levittown Lanes in Levittown. I will be there. It's going to be a great event. So if you like to bowl and you like to help out a great charity, stop by Levittown Lanes on Friday night in Levittown for the Marty Lyons event, Bowling for Wishes. To purchase tickets, go to martylyonsfoundation.org. And by Collaborate Studios, a content marketing production facility. For more info, call them at 516-509-8277. Good morning, everyone. I'm Peter Schwartz, joined by Vinny Tickets. Vinny, how's your bowling game these days? You want to stop by and throw a few frames on Friday?
I can hang on the bowling alley.
Yeah?
I can hang. Yeah, I mean, I say hang. I have a career high, I think, of 230.
230?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually...
That's why you go to the dentist.
Why is that?
230.
Oh,
230.
yes, 230.
230.
2:30. Yeah. There you go. Thank you, Dr. Summeroff.
But that's going to be a wonderful event Friday night. We went last year to it, and the place is packed. They have.
Will Ken be there?
I believe so. Yes, absolutely, he'll be there.
I may have to stop in.
Yeah, maybe. So we'll be there, and Jared's on the bowling team at school, so him and his teammate and friend are going to participate. I don't sign up to play, but I stuck a couple of throws in last year just to, get the arm loose.
Do you use the gutters?
I don't use the gutters. No, that would really be infantile on my part. I probably should, because I'm terrible at bowling, but no, I just try to give it a go without the gutters.
And let me say this, because I'm sure my phone is blowing up from my wife. I don't bowl 230 every time. That was a one-time. That was a one-time incident.
Thing.
I'm usually like, I don't know. I would say between 140 and 160.
Yeah, I'm happy when I break 100.
Yeah.
I literally am. But that's actually not the issue on Friday night. The issue is it's a great, fun night.
Yes,
just like all of
course.
these events that Marty Lyons Foundation puts on. They do a great job, and it's a wonderful event. They serve food. They have prizes. There's raffles and everything. And Marty is there. He bowls. Kenny Schroy, the former Jet, is there as well, who's very involved with the Marty Lyons Foundation. He's there. You see a ton of great Jet fans that show up. It's just a wonderful event. Even if you don't want to throw one ball down the lane, just to stop by and be a part of it, make a donation to the Marty Lyons Foundation. Just a great event to be at Friday.
Yeah, and we talk about it all the time, but I tell you, that foundation and everything that they do from the bottom all the way to the top It is just really a first-class organization, and their cause and their mission is fantastic. And the people they have running the organization, Ken and of course Marty.
Crystal and Eileen also behind
Yeah.
the scenes. They do a wonderful job.
Really just an amazing group, and such an honor and a pleasure to be involved with them and help their cause.
And that's going to be a fun night on Friday at Levittown Lanes. Coming up on the show, it is Free Ticket Tuesday, and we've got a great giveaway. 4 VIP tickets to see One Night with Queen this Saturday at Catholic Health Amphitheater at Bald Hill. That should be a fun night.
That'll be a fun night. I was there. I got bamboozled into working on Saturday night for
Bamboozled?
Yeah, for the Saturday Night Fever show. And I have to say,
Did you dress up like John Travolta?
No, I didn't. I had my ticket bash gear on. But I will say it was a beautiful. It was a little drizzly at times, but it was really a very nice night. It was relaxing. The music was fantastic, and I had a bunch of deja vu moments back to my when I had a full head of hair, and reminded me of being back in the clubs. My friend Jimmy, actually, I'll give a shout out to my boy Jimmy Manicus. So my boy Jimmy, who's a fantastic real estate broker, he was saying that a lot of these people just haven't left the 80s yet. They're still in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Between their hair and their outfits, and it shows.
Yeah, absolutely. So that should be fun. So
One night at Queen, Saturday night.
So 4 VIP tickets. You get a VIP entrance, VIP parking, and there's a VIP deck.
Yeah, VIP deck. You'll get all full VIP. So it's a private entrance. You don't have to wait online. It's private parking, VIP parking. You just show your ticket. So it's going to be, and it's supposed to be beautiful Saturday.
Excellent. So we'll give those tickets away later on in the show. We'll also check out the Sports Bash Media poll question of the day, and we'll also have this day in sports history. It is time for the Sports Bash Flash, brought to you by the Embassy Diner in Bethpage, where every customer is considered family. The Embassy Diner, located at 4280 Hempstead Turnpike in Bethpage. Mention Sports Bash, get a free dessert with your meal. We'll start at Citi Field. Mets had a 3-0 lead over the Orioles. Baltimore comes back, ties the game. Then in the bottom of the ninth, Francisco Alvarez with a walk-off home run. The Mets win 4-3, and what they do is they move to within a game and a half of the idle Braves for the 3rd National League wildcard spot, and they also help out their crosstown buddies, the Yankees, who now move a half a game past the Orioles and into first place in the American League East. Couple of things about the Alvarez home run. First of all, it was his first home run since July 25th, so he had gone a while without hitting a home run. It was also his first career walk-off RBI. And what a spot for that to come in. And here's the third thing, too. And you'll appreciate this as a baseball lifer, so to speak. You always talk about your love for the game of baseball. Swings at a 3-0 pitch. So it's you grow up, your kids grow up playing Little League. And one of the first things that the Little League coaches always say is 3-0, you never swing on 3-0. But he swung on 3-0
So do we know,
last
did
night.
He have the green light? Or did he take it upon himself?
He took. I heard a soundbite afterward because it's not something you do all the time, but I just felt like it was the right thing to do at that time because the guy threw him a meatball right over the plate, and you're a home run hitter. I remember being years ago at a Yankees game when they were not right before they started getting good. Danny Tartabull was on the Yankees. Remember Danny Tartabull?
Of course.
He hit like a 475-foot moonshot on a 3-0 pitch. Now, if you're a slugger, what are you supposed to do? Like, I know the whole adage is 3-0, you take a pitch, you take a strike, but you may never get another pitch like that again. So I don't blame Alvarez for swinging 3-0 last night.
Yeah, no, I'm just wondering, was that the coach's decision, or if he took it upon himself to say, look, if they lay one down, if they lay one right in the middle, I'm going for it.
Absolutely. You just blew a 3-0 lead. You've been up and down offensively all year. Here's a guy who hasn't homered since July 25th, and he gets his groove on there, and boom, ends the game and sends Citi Field into a bedlam there last night. So,
OMG.
So again, the Mets. OMG. Can you sing? Can you sing a little bit?
I cannot. That one I can't do.
Sebastiano, I didn't send you the link for this, but maybe if you can go on YouTube and find the link to OMG. Wiz? What is the group, the stage name for Jose Iglesias?
Stage name
It's not
for-
enchilada, right? No, it's something like that. Nick, you're laughing.
Escalante, I think.
What is his stage name for the song OMG? It's something with an E, isn't it? Something with an E.
Yes.
It's something with an E. I'd love to hear a little bit of the song. Did you find it?
He performs under the name Candelita.
Candelita is the
Candelita.
name of the group. So Sebastiano's working hard back there. See if we can find a little bit of the song before the segment is over. So with the Baltimore loss, the Yankees now lead the Orioles by a half game in the AL East. And the Yankees were off yesterday. They opened up a series with the Guardians tonight at Yankee Stadium. Cool thing tonight. They're giving away John and Susan T-shirts at the game tonight, courtesy of my other employer, WFAN. And how about this? John Sterling is making a guest appearance in the booth tonight, and he is scheduled to call the 4th and 5th innings of the game on WFAN. Now, it was a stunner when he announced earlier in the season that he was retiring. It's going to be outstanding to hear him do a couple of innings tonight.
Yeah, that'll be great. It'll be a deja vu moment all over again.
So as we go to break, we're going to hear a little bit of OMG. You could fire that up a little bit now, Sebastian. This is Jose Iglesias. Thank you to the Mets for that win last night.
Yes.
It's coming up. Here it comes. OMG. Lots more to do on this edition of Sports Bash, presented by TicketBash.com. Keep it going, Sebastiano. Good
rock
vibes.
it.
Good vibes for the Mets and the Yankees. We've got the Sports Bash media poll question of the day coming up. We've got this day in sports history, some other business to take care of. But obviously, it's great feeling to be a New York baseball fan this morning. Thanks to Francisco Alvarez and the Mets last night, helping out the Mets, helping out the Yankees. We're back right after this. Hi, I'm Peter Schwartz. I want to take a moment to talk about our fantastic sponsor, the Embassy Diner.
Embassy Diner has been a beloved staple in the restaurant industry for over 50 years. And the great thing about it is when you walk through the door, you're not a customer, you are family. Every visit promises to be filled with warmth, love, and respect.
And here's an extra treat. If you mention Sports Bash during your visit, you enjoy a free dessert on the Embassy Diner.
Come on down to the Embassy Diner, where great food and great company are always on the menu.
Visit the Embassy Diner, located at 4280 Hempstead Turnpike in Bethpage. Peter Schwartz, Vinny Tickets, back during our commercial break for our viewers on YouTube and also on Facebook. We will rejoin our radio audience in just a couple of moments. That's a great song. And actually, I know
It's catchy.
there's a lot of purists, even Met fans, who thought that it was kind of corny that he did this. Remember, he sung the song on the
After the
field
game.
after a game.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, it's fun. It's actually a good song. I like it.
Yeah, it's
And
very catchy.
we're Yankee fans. I like it.
Well, yeah, the Yankee, just because you're a Yankee
No,
fan.
but
Yeah.
you hear Yankee fans calling up talk shows too, saying it's stupid, it's dumb. The grimace is stupid, it's dumb. I mean, is it dumb if people are latching onto something and you're feeling good about it?
No, when you talk about the song, I think the song is great, but I agree with those people that talk about the grimace.
You don't like the grimace?
No, you know what? I don't like. For me, I don't like teams with like the Yankees don't have a true mascot.
No.
Right? The Mr. Met thing bothers me.
We're going to come back to our radio audience in just 2 seconds.
Let's finish that thought, though.
Welcome back to Sports Bash, presented by TicketBash.com. 631-451-1039 is the number to call. For those of you listening on 103.9 FM LI News Radio, during our break for our Facebook and YouTube viewers, Vinny and I started to talk about the OMG song that we played out of the first break, and I brought up how cool it is. Some people like to rag on the Mets for the song and also for Grimace. And my point to Vinny during the break was, well, if the fans like it, at least if the Met fans like it, and a lot of fans like it, and they're taking to it, the players are into it, the organization is into it, except for the person who threw out the first pitch the other day. That's another story. But I still don't understand who came up with that idea. But in any event, but you don't like the Grimace. Like, you like the song, but you don't like the Grimace.
Here's the thing. Have you been to minor league baseball games?
I've been to a ton. I love minor league baseball.
Okay. So
Have I
here's
been to minor league baseball?
Of course.
I've never been so insulted in my life.
It was a loaded question.
It was a loaded question.
It was a loaded question. Here's the thing. When I go to a baseball game, I want to watch baseball. And I just think when you go to a lot of these minor league stadiums or you go to Citi Field, right, I just think it's very hokey. When they they dress guys up as hot dogs and they run them around the stadium and they have a guy walking around with a big baseball as a head, as a mascot. I just don't think it's, I look at my Yankees and I just think they're way too stoic to do something like that. And I see all these minor league teams doing it.
Remember when the Yankees briefly had a mascot in the 80s, in the 90s? 90s. Dandy. Remember that?
Yes, I do remember that. But I'll say I'm so glad we don't have a mascot. I'm glad we don't have people dressing up as hot dogs running around the field. I just think it takes away from the fact that these are professional organizations. And listen, if it helps sell tickets and it gets the crowd involved, I tell you, I'm even 50-50 on the YMCA.
I like the YMCA.
I like it. I wouldn't say I love it. If they did away with it tomorrow, I'd be okay.
All right. I wanted to get this in. There's a great event before we get to our ticket giveaway. I wanted to tell everybody about this. The Wantagh School District on Long Island will host the inaugural Wantagh Warrior 9/11 Memorial 5K on Sunday, September 22nd on the campus of Wantagh High School. The race will honor the bravery and memory of those from the Wantagh community who were lost on September 11, 2001. Wantagh Schools is honored and proud to have the Gary Sinise Foundation as the Gold Star sponsor of the race. And for more information, you can go to the Instagram page at Wantagh Warrior _911_K, and that is coming up on September 22nd on the campus of Wantagh High School. A great event coming up here on the island.
That is a great event. My sister's actually, I'm sure my sister will be involved in some way. She's been in the Wantagh School District for a long time. Mm-hmm. Sorry, Nan. 35, 40 years, somewhere around there.
Yeah, so it's going to be a great event, and if you're in that area and you want to stop by and try and help out that day, that would be fantastic. It's time for Free Ticket Tuesday. We're giving away 4 VIP tickets to see A Night with Queen this Saturday at Catholic Health Amphitheater at Bald Hill. You get 4 tickets at a VIP table, the use of a VIP entrance, VIP parking, VIP lounge access. Just be the second caller right now at 631-451-1039. That's 631-451-1039. That is the number to call. Now it's time for the Sports Bash Media poll question of the day. We post a new poll question every weekday on the Sports Bash Media X/Twitter page. First, the results of yesterday's question. Do you think Major League Baseball should have a regular season game at Doubleday Field in Cooperstown? One of the biggest landslide votes we've had since we started doing this. 90% in favor, yes, and 10% no. So I'm not surprised that it won, but I'm surprised at how wide of a range that was. That's kind of overwhelming.
Yeah, that was pretty convincing right there.
And now today's poll question, and I think I used this earlier on in training camp, but I thought it bared repeating and updated with the final preseason game coming up this Saturday. So here's today's poll question. How much should Aaron Rodgers play in the Jets preseason finale against the Giants on Saturday night? And you have 4 choices: 1 series, 2 series, 3 series, or he shouldn't play. I say 1 series.
I agree. 1 series. I think he has to get some real-time snaps.
100%. And I would even go so far as to say, I'm going to go off the board on the choices, that if he gets in the 1 series and goes 3 and out, I would bring him back for a 2nd series. I'd like to see him get out there, maybe, get a first down or 2, complete a couple of passes. So if they go 3 and out on the 1st series, I'd bring him back for a 2nd.
I'm in total agreement with you, Peter. So let me ask you, the Jet Giant game, we know the Yankee Met game, Subway Series. Do they have a name for the Jet
Yeah,
Giant game?
it's the Snoopy Bowl.
The Snoopy Bowl.
The MetLife is the sponsor. They give out the Snoopy Trophy at the end of the night.
The Snoopy Bowl.
Yeah, like
have
people
you
have-
heard of that, Wiz?
Yeah, it's been called the Snoopy Bowl.
Yeah,
since
so they give MetLife sponsors the game because they sponsored the stadium. So yeah, they give the winner of the Jet Giant preseason game gets that ridiculous Snoopy Trophy at the end.
Oh, I thought maybe they'd call it like the Elevator Bowl, the Elevator Game, or the Elevator Series. They're just taking the elevator from one locker room to the other.
Really quick before we get to this day in sports history, Glenn is in Flushing. Glenn, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys.
What's happening? You're rocking out to a little OMG today?
Oh, I would sing, but my voice is a little messed up. But, did you hear on last night's Mets telecast, they had this fantastic kid doing the KidCast.
Yes, a 9-year-old young man. Very, very impressive.
Very, very, very good. And I hope
Almost makes me want to have like a contest to have somebody fill in when one of us is out.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Maybe we can do that.
there we go.
Well, Glenn, did you catch the one line he said last night? They said, well, how long you been doing this? He said, well, I tried to do it last year, but I was too young.
I was only 8.
I was only 8.
Yeah,
it's like, geez.
Glenn, that was a huge win for your team and for my team last night too. In when you put it into perspective.
Yes, and I have to say, though, I'm sure you guys are aware of the schedule. I have to say I am a little nervous because when they go out to the West Coast, things don't usually work out. And we have 4 in San Diego, followed by 3 in Arizona. Wow, what a big 7 games coming up, and those 2 teams have been playing lights out.
Yeah.
And they're way ahead in the first 2 wild card spots. But the Braves' injuries, it's unbelievable. I mean, if you look at the amount of guys they lost, Albies, Acuna, of course, the pitcher, I forget his name, Stryker.
And now Austin Riley.
And now Austin Riley. So, I mean, we are given an opportunity. 6 out of 15 teams in the National League have to make the playoffs, so hopefully we're number 6.
I hope so. And Glenn, I'm going to try to help the Mets out tomorrow. I'm going with my son Jared to the game tomorrow, so I'll try and bring the Mets a little bit more good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. I'm going tonight, so I'll
Well, good luck. Let's go Mets again tonight. Thanks, Glenn.
Yes. Thank you.
All right, we did not leave him with thank you very much, Glenn. We didn't leave him with a whole lot of time, but Wiz, time for this day in sports history.
That's right. On this day in 2023, last year, the Spanish women's soccer team won the Women's World Cup by a score of 1-0 against England for the finals for the first ever championship. It was also the first ever time Spain made it to the Final Four and the first time in the history of the Women's World Cup where the U.S. didn't. They lost to Sweden, who ended up winning the bronze medal, in the first stage of the knockout round by a penalty shot. But hey, hopefully 2027 is the U.S.'s year to retake that.
100%. Hopefully that happens. Thank you, Wiz. Coming up tomorrow on the show, we're going to be joined by Paul Vecchione, the CEO of LI Prep, which stands for Long Island Prevention and Resilience Enrichment Program. LI Prep is an organization that provides comprehensive mental health awareness and substance abuse prevention for schools and communities. So it should be a good spot with Paul tomorrow on the show.
Yeah, that'll be a great episode, and we also have Stump the Wiz tomorrow.
Stump the Wiz tomorrow, so don't forget to DM your questions to the Sports Bash Media YouTube and Facebook and Instagram pages. Also on Thursday, this is really cool. We're going to be joined by the president of the Harlem Globetrotters, Keith Dawkins. They are doing a residency. The Harlem Globetrotters are at the American Dream Mall, where they just had the Arena Football League championship game. So they're starting to try and pile on these and set up these sporting events there. So it's all this week. The Harlem Globetrotters are doing the residency at American Dream, and that's pretty cool. We'll play some Sweet Georgia Brown on Thursday as well. We'll hear a little bit of the music. Keith Dawkins, the president of the Harlem Globetrotters, will join us on Thursday. That will do it for this edition of Sports Bash, presented by Ticketbash.com. We're also sponsored by the Embassy Diner in Bethpage, Dr. Anthony Ippolito at Chiropractic Care Plus, by Bearcat Billing Service, the Marty Lyons Foundation, and Collaborate Studios. For our entire crew, I'm Peter Schwartz, saying thank you for watching and listening. Sports Bash returns Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock.